What is up, team? What is good, my team? Good morning to everybody, and welcome back. Welcome back to Arca's Ticker Picker. Man, my goodness, I'm look at the SPY. Look what's going on, man. We actually didn't reach the top targets that we were talking about, right? But we did get at least two of those positions that we were looking for, right? But just to be clear, guys, I did not get to open up options this morning as my son had a little bit of trouble for his sleep, but still we were able to get here. But nonetheless, you guys, I actually am open a position right now. I'm long GTC from the same play that I actually put up on the Discord last night. So I ended up getting the entry right at the area that we were talking about, right? So we found that range at Arca's range, right? So now the top side range that I'm looking for GDC are actually these targets right over here, right? But I'm not sure that we're going to be able to reach them all, right? But and actually we already reached one of the I'm sorry, we actually haven't reached any of the targets just yet, but I am in and about I'm about 3% up. And also I do have just to be fully transparent here with you guys, right? I do have an open position on ticker symbol VIRI as well. That one is about 13% up right now. So everything is green on the day and everything is looking good thus far. So what's up, Teaser? How you doing, man? Moderator Sebastian Lim, good to see you here. What's up, a little AR-15? Man, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. What's up, William Bone? Oh, so you're saying good afternoon from Banner. Nice, man. Nice. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for your presence here. And what's up, Bad R? How's it going, man? How's it going? You guys, what's going on? Oh, no, wait, NVOS. I remember we had a short-term play for NVOS. What's going down with that now? Is it capitulating? Oh, my goodness. Oh, Zeph, no way. Is that really the case? COSM is not doing so well right now? Jeez. Now we know that stuff is going on for real there, right? Let's go ahead and just pull that up and see what's going down with ticker symbol COSM. But guys, yeah, I think the ticker symbol SPY is showing a little bit of weakness right now. But guys, I don't think that this is actually going to be a permanent thing here. I don't think that this is the capitulation we're looking for. In fact, if we do continue the downside, this could be a very typical ABCD going on, right? So we can actually draw that in something like this, right? So let's go ahead and just make this that area of A, right? So then we have that take profit for the shorts on B, the take profit for the longs on C. It looks like we're creating something like this, right? So I mean, the SPY is looking still. It can even pull back all the way down here for all we know, right? For 1191 and still be fine. Man, these are huge swings actually from the SPY, as price action didn't used to be like this. You know, a couple years ago for ticker symbol SPY, $1, $2 moves were kind of a big deal, right? But volatility has really introduced the markets ever since we started getting some more and more retail in the picture, right? So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look. I have my charts back here for some reason. Let's just go ahead and get this up and running just like this so we can see what's going down with the other tickers as well. Wow, a very much needed little tick upward on ticker symbol CLNV. Geez, man, that ticker is just getting beaten down to the ground, but it's looking not bad, right? Okay, so yeah, VIRI doing, yeah, just like who's saying this? Teaser said VIRI doing its thing. It's all good, right? Sitting at 173. I am still looking at that top side target, you guys. Actually, a few targets on this. The shorter term targets would be located between 188 and about 199. And from there, I think there could be a pretty significant pullback. We are already at an inflection point right now, but I think in reality, the one to really watch out for would be the 3.618 at 188 to the target from the breakout of the wedge of the right angled broadening ascending wedge, which would be this target here, 199. So that's around the range that I'm looking for a serious pullback, and I'm talking about a pullback to reload, potentially back to around maybe as low as 145. We have several supports down here, right? But we got to take a look at what's more relevant, what's of higher probability, right, you guys? And then we'll be able to assess the price action from there. But Yeah, not a problem, guys. Everything is looking pretty good. And now let's look at COSM, right? So we were oh, look at that. I mean, we were talking about this resistance just yesterday. 353 was actually the very target we were talking about. So we're nailing the targets that we're looking at, right? Because in all reality, this is essentially what we were looking at for breakout, right? So we had three targets to look out for. We're going to have to just adjust them ever so slightly now. They're still going to be relevant to the zones that I'm talking about here, but just a couple cents down. Like, for example, this target here, right? We'll just go ahead and bring it down just a little bit here because now the implied breakout could be maybe even tomorrow, right? If we don't do it today, because it's already 9:47. I think if it had its chance to officially break out, then it would have taken it during the earlier session, right? 6:30 to around, I guess 10 o'clock, 10:30 would be the official a breakout time, right? So now it's suggesting a target of about 399 rather than 406, and that's what I mean. You know what I mean? It's getting actually a little closer to the actual fib level. So 397 at the one spot 272, and this is how we can do it, right? We can just adjust the targets just a little bit, right? We have to try to conform to what the markets are suggesting, on a day-to-day basis, and the center of the center of the triangle is still around the same place. In fact, we would actually have to move it just like this ever so slightly, right? And that brings it down to 454 from 457, right? So these are just slight little adjustments, you guys. They're really not going to make the biggest difference, but sometimes when you are looking for that exit strategy, those little nuances could come a long way, right? So, and this would be the third target, right? Just coming down ever so slightly to around 550 instead of that 552, 551, right? So Zephram saying COSM announced they were going to be listed on the Russell. Oh, nice. When did they announce that? Today? No wonder the price action is leading. No wonder the price action is already testing that breakout, right? So very good stuff. So beyond saying, Arca, if you have time, could you please look at ARDS? Can it beat 54 resistance? Thank you very much. Of course. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look at those. And I noticed as well, somebody else was mentioning a couple tickers. I see Sebastian asking me for that ticker. Ore, what's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, we can look at NVOS, right? And what's going on with TRKA? I see a lot of people mentioning TRKA. Oh my goodness, man. Troika, is it like still getting beaten down to the ground? I certainly hope not, right? So NVOS, oh my goodness, look at that. Well, guys, remember that NVOS, I'm remembering now what it was, right? So we had a short-term move to the upside, of which we pretty much already got, right? And it's still in the process of breaking out of this broadening descending wedge, which is going to be kind of a extended process because it is on a bi-daily chart. Okay, so let me see if we have anything else in the more immediate short term, right? So yeah, let me just expand the RSIs here and take a look. So if you guys are, if any of you are holders of the ARC RSI indicator, you should be able to kind of visualize or catch the visuals like this on your RSI. Michael Dixon, good to see you here. What is up? Aiden Davis, all good to see you. Very happy to see you guys here, man. Thank you so much for coming by. Wish I would have gotten in at the 7 a.m. that I was talking about, right? But my son had a little bit of trouble last night, but it's all good. No problem, you guys. He is resting right now. Mom is actually staying home. She's got to take my daughter to the DMV and stuff and get some things situated, right? So everything is looking good, you guys. And in fact, please take a gander over here. That NVOS may actually have a little more of an extended run. We are looking at a resistance here, particular to the no way, is that really all the way up there to the bi-daily? That's crazy time frame. Let me see the 12-hour and see if we have resistances coming up. Yeah, the 12-hour and the 8-hour are suggesting some potential resistances coming up. So if we're looking at the price action in a shorter perspective, I'm going to remember that this is on the bi-daily, so I don't really screw the chart over, right? But let's see what kind of formation or what kind of descent we're creating, right? So it definitely looks like a kind of a reaccumulation, a pattern right here. So there could be, actually, let's load up our moving averages and see how far we can take this to the upside. Guys, remember when we're capitulating like this, right, you're getting a pretty significant move to the downside. The result for the upside moves is going to be very tough to combat, especially the shorter time frames, because you're looking at every moving average above you as we move along the price, right? So This could be a very short-term descending channel. You're looking at test number 3 coming up. If we have test number 3, that means that we could get a resistance from about 1341, meeting the EMA 20 on the hourly and the SMA 50. Right, those could be a very strong resistance. Right, so. I mean, yeah, we still have an upside to go, but remember that test number 3 on the channel would be kind of a tough test to really combat. So test number 3 could lead to another small downside, or honestly, it could be traveling back down to around the 11 cent area and then try to break out of this channel, right? So that's usually what happens within the channels. Of course, we have to remember that they're smaller time frames too. So if these channels on a smaller time frame fail, it's because it's a smaller time frame and they have a lesser strike rate, right? But that's looking not bad, you guys. It's still suggesting an upside, very aggressive on the 30-minute. In fact, these it looks like it does have the attention from the day traders. And but yeah, resistance coming up on the 8-hour and the 12-hour. Potential top side of that target that we were just talking about by the end of the session today, at least 1336, right? We could face a resistance there. If it does want to fake out, then it would probably reach all the way to 1472 to meet the SMA 100 and the 200 on the hourly chart. Okay, so watch out for those targets, you guys. Something could be kind of trickery there, right? So and let me just go back to ticker symbol VIRI real quick and see what's going down here, right? So 186 looks like the Gaussian channel kind of just curved to a little bit, ever so slightly to the upside, right? So that's not bad. The resistance is changing only because the price action is suggesting the upside even still, right? So everything's going to kind of shift ever so slightly. And remember, you guys, that per the 5-day volatility versus momentum backtest, and let me see the date. You know what's crazy is, man, you guys are going to hate that you guys are going to either hate this or love this, right? So let's pull up a monthly chart. And it could be really in anything. So this was actually something that was brought up to my attention by Pedro Philly, right? So as soon as he said it, I'm like, no, man. I'm like, are you serious? That's terrible. But it also does make sense, right? So monthly chart is getting very close. You know what? I'm gonna have to just pull up a new one, right? It's all good. Let me go ahead and just do a master layout here and give a quick example. Even if it is that one ticker that let's pull up Troika, right? So let's see if that one is getting beat to hell right now, and see what's up. Okay, so TRKA. And let's see what it's got. Okay, but they announced the reverse split, right? And man, that really sucks. huge dilution here. Monthly time frame, broadening descending wedge. I never saw that. Interesting. Okay, so notice here that in 3 hours and 5 minutes, the monthly time frame is going to close, right? So now. Let me go to GTII and see if it's also, kind of recovering or on the downside still, right? Because this is something that's very curious. Geez, man. So we were already kind of looking at that, right? Still lingering around that dollar zone, GTII, right? So I'm not saying this, but like officially, like I know it, right? But I was told that the valuation at the month close is very critical, right? So at least for the man, I'm really not trying to get banned over here, guys, but it's to kind of look at the books and make sure that they're running in the way that whomever it is that we're talking about, in order for them to run it the way they want to run it, then the monthly close has to be a certain value, right? So which explains why a lot of these assets are Zeph, kind of, right? So I just don't want to say things like that out loud, right? It's because at least by voice, right? I mean, text is a whole other thing, but I just don't want to say it out loud because I don't want to be targeted for those types of things. But yeah, it's essentially that, and to make sure that it's not some high valuation at the month close. So it's only understandable why all of these per se penny ticks are you know, way below their fair value, right? So I don't know. It kind of made sense to me, right? I was like, no, man, that's terrible. Right, so, oh yeah, we were talking about that 411 bottom on the SPY. Check it out. Daily reversion variant for the SPY, suggesting a potential bottom of about 413.91. We could definitely get a small bounce from there. I'm not sure that we're gonna get a reversal bounce, but definitely could be a bounce from this point, right? To at least test the highs of the existing daily candle, right? In between, I guess the target would be around 418.73. If we can get that high, right? But you know, we'll keep an eye on the markets nonetheless. But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to say about those tickers, you guys. So I wouldn't be surprised if this were the date that kind of you know, the really micro caps start to reverse or start to put up an you know, start to put an upside at least by the end of today or tomorrow. Right, and it would make sense too. He was talking about three green days in a row before a more substantial upside on the fourth day. I mean, all that stuff, you know, it does make sense. I just want to make sure that we just practice, that we practice our data, and just to follow up with our 3-day momentum on GTII, it's still following kind of like what we. Yeah, kind of like what we spoke of, right? So the 14-day simple moving average moving a little. It's already below the area that we were talking about, right? But this check it out. This is still moving along the path that we were talking about. So this is a 3-day. This is a 3-day momentum read, right? So I was thinking that this could be around the area where we would find a floor, and so far it kind of is. But we can't always bank on those things, guys, especially on an asset that has a lot of psychology behind it, huge community and stuff. So any little thing that someone mentions, this could, the price action gets affected, right? So I you know, at least I try my best to just express what the charts say. But at the end of the day, guys, it's going to do what it's going to do, right? Price action doesn't have to follow anything. It doesn't actually have to do anything for any of us. Right, so yeah, let me take a look at that ticker, Biana. Which one was it again? I want to go back to your, let's see. Hello, Arca. Clee is my name. What's up? What's up? Lucid Heart, good to see you here. Thank you so much. And I do remember Clee. There you go. There you go. So, Michael, you're saying, Zephram saying, we're not going to tell anyone, my bro. Shh, right? Yeah, Jimmy Sam's, he's saying I hate reverse splits. Those reverse splits, man, they, man, the thing with COSM, that was a black swan event. Man, I don't think that's going to happen too often, right? So, just I would practice a lot of, you know, I mean, historically, guys, reverse splits are not the best thing. You know, that's stock splits are good, right? We don't want reverse splits though. So yeah, Biana, let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. So you're looking at ticker symbol ARDS, correct? I'm gonna eventually have to start cleaning up some of these open tickers, right? So ARDS, let's see what's up. And you're talking about regaining that 54-cent level, right? So we already faced the top side of just about that, actually. So, but this is the monthly time frame, right? So let me go back to let's see what the daily is doing right now. Huge gap up, my goodness. Let me see what the 12-hour is in retrospect. So this actually happened. Wow. So this happened. This is a pre-market gap. Nice. Okay, so naturally, when we have these types of gap ups, you can already take into account your bottom side support of 29.75. It's also a risky area to kind of be in, right? So we'll just draw this in just like this here, but know for a fact that the daily time frame is already reaching pretty overextended levels. This is 79 spots, 64%. Historically speaking, you can see here very clearly on the RSI that it still has the power to go even beyond the level that we're in right now. So 87.95 would, or 88% would be that top side, right? So it still has a bit of juice to go, at least for the daily time frame. So let me actually see this daily MACD getting a huge spike, right? These guys, sometimes these spikes, when they happen, a lot of especially on penny stocks, right? Especially on pinks. a lot of day traders look for this for the short position, right? So oftentimes these things spike up violently, and then I'm talking about 90% of the time these things are prone to short positions, right? Usually day traders like to slam these back down. Day traders for the small caps and micro caps, that's to be very particular here, okay? So I need you to be careful when it comes to assets like this. All right, so now if we're talking about shorter time frame, let's see how overextended we are, right? So we're getting already the first tick of weakness on the 4-hour time frame. In fact, we still have upside pivots on both the MACD and the stochastic momentum of the 4-hour. So that, it still looks like it could do some damage here. We're getting a little bit of man. Look at the Stokes on the bi-hourly. So we were getting weakness at one point, but now the 3-day exponential moving average is recorrecting and suggesting still a continuation to the upside in the immediate short term. But at any moment, this can start kind of capitulating. And we already have 2-hour prints are not the best thing to read, but this is an inverted, it's like a shooting star that could suggest kind of a downside right here, right, you guys? So I would keep an eye on your risk from this point, right? We're at a critical resistance already from this previous candle. If it can move to the if it can move again to the upside, then we would, let's look at that. You have a critical resistance from the bi-hourly gap here, and that resistance would be located at about 48.17. If it is that, bulls can't really hold on, past this 53.90 zone. Okay, so that's obviously the next area of resistance. We have to watch the price action to see what it's going to do there. So is this an earnings play? Is this what happened? It looks like, it was earnings today, or it's gonna be. I'm not sure what time they presented it, right? But if you're in the green, Biana, I would if you're in the green, I would already start kind of looking for some type of take profit, right? Not financial advice. Please just mind your positions on this, because these are these are likely to come back down to lose everything it gained, right? So and then to play the game all over again. Oh my goodness, really? That sucks. At least remember, I'm talking about immediate short term. It's already showing immediate short term weakness, right? So 30 minute is already crossing below the 14-day simple moving average. That could suggest a continuation to the downside, right? It's very frothy. It's very much up there. Everything is kind of overextended. You're seeing right here on the MACD, we're losing that bull pressure. Still getting a little bit of an ebb and flow here on the Stokes 30-minute, right? So, but of course, into the 6-hour and 8-hour is still going to show bullish as all hell, and very bullish actually. But it's just I can't tell if it's gonna if it wants to respect the upper time frames, because the more immediate short-term downsides we start to kind of collect, the more prone you're going to get the upper time frames to start suggesting that downside too. So it cascades like that. So but sometimes when we're getting the upside first on the 4-hour because the bi-hourly suggested it, the bi-hourly is very overextended. It's reaching the overbought area. So sometimes the 4-hour may rely on a little bit of that fuel from the bi-hourly time frame. So if it can't get enough fuel from that, then it won't be able to have enough fuel to distribute to the 6-hour time frame, right? But all of the time frames are suggesting that upside on the upper time frames. I'm just worried about the shorter time frames capitulating before, too prematurely, is what I'm saying, and that's the official signal. So you have a 62-cent average, and you've been at 62 since before this pump to the upside. This is a very lucky pump to the upside, of one of which not a lot of people get graced with, right? So in my opinion, I would have already taken out maybe 40% the position, since if this thing was trading back at 18 cents and I'm at 40 now, goodness gracious, these are rare opportunities, right? And it just so happened that it played with the earnings, and I'm not even sure what it reported. I'm not even sure if it reported good earnings or bad earnings, right? So price action is still showing a little bit of that ebb and flow and a little bit of weakness, right? It was higher before. Yeah, it looks like it. Oh, I see what you mean. Gotcha. All right, so yeah, keep an eye on this and see what's up, right? Let's look at a couple more tickers, right? But first of all, let me just look at the SPY and see what's going down. And we're still lingering around the same targets that we were looking at on the SPY, right? So no big deal. Everything is looking still okay-ish right there, right? So let me get rid of this right here. I need to make sure to make some space, right? And yeah, let's take a look at a couple other tickers that people were asking for, right? So teaser saying HUBC was having a hizzy fit. What is that, dude? HUBC, let's look at. So that's cybersecurity. Okay. I mean, look at this. Why is this running? Wow. This one also. May 22nd. I mean, this was Reuters actually put out something, right? But this was not. That wasn't recent. So bi-hourly time frame is showing already that move to the upside we want, right? So 4-hour time frame should already get that feed, right? Nice, and coming out of critical volatility too. MACD showing absolute strength, and we're starting to get some inbound cash, so that's nice. So let's go to the 6-hour time frame, see if we're getting that bleed. Yeah, everything's kind of starting to get that bleed. So the entry on this would have been. It would have been down here somewhere, maybe around the 56.99 to around the 56.33 zone, and it's already moving to that upside. Could it be the end of the upside though? Because it is an impulsive kind of move right here, right? So which makes me feel like there could be a broader reason as to why this is happening, aside from the fact that there could have been some fundamental metric, right? So. I mean, yeah, that's just kind of what happens, right? So let me see here to see if we have strength, at least from the 30-minute. 30-minute already showing that downside just like it would, right? So hourly time frame should show that, man, getting that upside too alongside the bi-hourly. Okay, so this is already where I'm looking for entry, actually. So, yeah. Exactly. So the EMA 20, I think I'm actually set to the 20 EMA. Let me see. Let me just make sure that I'm not on the 21. Yeah. So this is the EMA 20 versus the EMA 50. I would honestly be looking at position at 59.06 long, right, for this type of move. And also it's already beyond the mean on the bi-hourly. So let me see what it's like on the 6-hour and the 4-hour. Okay. So the 4-hour could be showing. Let me see the reversion variant. Yeah, it's facing the top side already. Retracing to the mean. Nice. Yeah, that this is exactly what it should be doing. 58 cents is kind of like where it's saying that it could come back. Now, 58 cents, what time frame was I in before this? Let me just go back to that. So 6-hour time frame. Yeah, 59.26. So I would say 59.26 to 58 cents. Just like the reversion variant on the 4-hour time frame is suggesting. I mean, those are two one discretionary target and one mathematical target, right? So yeah, I think this would be the area for a type of position long to ride a short-term wave, and I'm not sure that this thing can actually make it all the way past the topside resistance from today, but very likely to come back and test the EMA 20, and that could lead to a potential 8% move to the upside. So this is still within scalp territory, right? Even if it did come back down to that 58 zone. Which, by the way, it would be pretty aggressive, or no, conservative, right? It would be conservative. The overly conservative traders are going to wait for that drop to 53.96, but I'm not sure that I can reach all the way back down there, at least today, right? So we'll, I mean, we can keep an eye on this still, right? But yeah, anywhere between the 58.70 to about the 58 or 57.95 zone would be position long for short-term scalp. Expect some volume to come in when the price action does reach that bottom side, right? So let me take a look at another couple tickers over here, right? So we got that NVOS, we got TRKA, good deal, you guys, good deal. And so Sebastian Lim is telling us to keep an eye on IDAI. And yeah, brother, let's go ahead and take a look at ADAI. So that's T-stamp NASDAQ ticker. Right, we're getting a 4-hour read to kind of get rid of position here. Let me get rid of the moving averages. And okay, so if it does pull back, it could be from the shorter time frame overextension, right? So we're getting Stokes to the downside in the 4 hour. It looks like we're getting corrective moves to the upside on the buy hourly. In fact, the 30-minute is showing its weakness. Let's see. I want to see that 4 hour momentum again and see what's up. So downside on the 4 hour, and we're increasing volatility. I think this is a natural pullback. What if this thing actually continues to move on to the upside? It's very possible, actually. Holy crap. Let me see the 6 hour. Yeah, actually this, I know we're getting like mad sell signals everywhere on this thing, but that's only because it's touching the top side of the bands. It's not because it's noticing weakness. It's only because we're overextended. So this still has, look at this on the 6 hour. We're looking at just about 30% ADX. So very, very strong trending market for the bulls right now. Granted, there's a little bit of weakness here on the 6 hour Stokes. There's still strength in this, and very likely this can continue to the upside even still, right? So let me look at the 8 hour. Man, oh man. Okay. Yeah, still an upside pivot on that 8 hour as well. So, and even here, this is way stronger. You're looking at 38% ADX. Very strong trending market for the bulls, right? Of course, it's going to take a breather here. It could actually pull back to around 246 and see if it can test the top side of the bands before a continuation to the upside. This is actually making me curious over the upper time frame Gaussian band. Let me see. Let's see what it's doing. Yeah, we're right at the resistance on the daily. Jeez, and it's reclaiming it, right? So this is knocking at that door, man. Let me look at the bi-daily time frame Gaussian and see if it's, this thing actually wants to reach that target. If we are going to make this move to the upside, short term, I would expect a pullback from 326. And that's really volatile. That's all the way up there, man. The top side is what I'm looking at here. I'm not sure that it can reach it, but it's a relevant target. Right, so yeah, man, this thing is looking very good, brother. Thank you so much for showing that, and we're getting the cross upside of the MACD band, the MACD signal line, right? We're getting that cross to the upside, barely starting that bull pressure there, at least on the bi-daily time frame, right? So this is very healthy for the bi-daily. In fact, it's just the natural ebb and flow is going to root from the shorter time frames, right? Just like that cascading effect that we always talk about. By the way, never use the Gaussian band on anything under an 8 hour. Do not use that. Don't consider it for the shorter time frames, right? It works best on the higher time frames. Bi-hourly shooting star already kind of presenting itself there, right? So I'm not sure that that'll be the end of the move. In fact, let's look at the RSI and the bi-hourly. Yeah, we're getting a read of support, right, from the SMA 14, which could be in line with a couple moving averages. It could be the SMA 200, located at about 218, but 218 to about to the target I spoke about earlier. 218 to 246 would be a huge area of support. Just keep an eye on it, brother. But it looks like it still has some strength to continue to the upside, right? Not bad at all, man. And yeah, Philip, what's up, man? How you doing? Let's take a look at that ticker symbol. Yeah, 10x. I haven't seen that ticker in quite a while. So let's see what's up. So 10x. Man, I remember this ticker capitulated on a lot of people, right? A lot of bag holders were being held. Man, that's a huge spike up. Is that all today? Geez, 47.58? And it actually came from 33. That was a parabolic move. Oh my goodness. All right, so this retracement here is it's showing me that maybe the 4 hour or 6 hour has the moving average around there or something, right? Let me see what's the reason why it came back all the way down. And why is it even up? Did it report anything? So this was 4 hours ago. 10x Therapeutics received a notice of allowance from whatever that is, right? So for its patent application with claims covering use of tax. It sounds good. See, this is kind of I don't think that this is the best news in the world to kind of keep the asset, forever to the upside. And again, it's it's a very small valuation here, so this could be one of those liquidity grabs, and it comes back down literally to around the areas where it usually loses what it gained, right? And if you're looking at the 8-hour support, then that would be the EMA 20 at about 34.09. I'll just continue 32 cents on the reversion, right? So, and on the 8-hour, that it's particular to the 8-hour. Remember that, okay? So now, if we're gonna look at the shorter time frames, and that'll kind of tell us like how weak this thing is actually being, right? In fact, it's correcting on the 30-minute. It could be correcting for an upside. We have downside a little bit on the hourly time frame, but that's not too significant. And if it does reach a downside, it's showing about EMA 50 at 34.40. That's not too bad. It can still make that downside and still continue to the upside, but I feel like it's trying to make. I feel like it's too much of a strong effort to make like this little bull flag thing happening there, right? Let's look at the bi-hourly time frame. Bi-hourly time frame showing a little bit of weakness here. We're within the gravitational zone of the RSI and the bull strength percentile. This gravitational zone usually brings us back down. Still, that support from the SMA 14 is below us, though. Again, confluent with that 34-cent target. I mean, this would be kind of where it jumped from, right? It literally opened from 33 cents, and then it jumped all the way to that 48 cent zone. It's only natural for it to come back to these levels, guys. If you are in the green, I wouldn't gamble the upside, because this top side of 47.60 is very much the high of day. Yeah, very, very likely that was the high of day, and this is the second thrust to fail that upside. And the third thrust would have I'd say a resistance level between 38.42 and about 38.90. I would say about 39 cents, right, before this thing pulls back. Already getting a little bit of that green signal there. Let me see the 4-hour time frame, 10x. 4-hour time frame is showing some weakness on the Stokes. Increasing volatility with a downside pivot is not something that we want to look out for, right? We're getting a little bit of weakness on the 4-hour RSI, but it's still pivoted towards the upside. The market is not so trending though on the 4-hour. So this is ADX at 19% with huge bulls on the top. This would be way better if the ADX was sitting at 30% with bulls on top. That would suggest that it is a strong trending market, but this is suggesting that it's a weak trending market for the bulls in particular. Okay, so that means that the upside is very, very limited here, and there could be an imminent pullback. Okay, so now the 6-hour time frame is suggesting a continuation to the downside here, and that would be particular to maybe even the SMA 10, of which we could have already bounced from, right? So. And actually, it's all located. All of the moving averages are kind of converged to that area of about 34 cents, the same area that we've been talking about, right? So, yeah, I would keep an eye on this, you guys. This feels like it already made the high of day and probably the high for the next couple weeks, right? But something like this is just 10x, you guys. It has a lot of bag holders in it, right? So this at any moment, people are going to want to take their their profits, or at least anything, out of the table, right? Since they were stuck from literally this zone over here. It shows it, man. 163 shows to be a tough zone, especially on all these liquidity grabs. Look at how many times it pumps to the upside, and then it just goes down for a couple of weeks, pump, a couple of weeks, and then pump, and then it just does this all the time, right? And what's different here? It just looks like one of these like spike ups, right? So we're just we're riding the coattail of like serious, I don't want to call it manipulation here, but these are whale games too, right? So we have to kind of protect ourselves against things like this, because this is very likely to give that false hope and then like just consolidate for longer, and then maybe start, suggesting a higher high, because everything thus far has been lower highs, right? Still, there is a bit of a market, there is a bit of a break of market structure, specifically from this topside target of about 38 cents in comparison to this, right? So that's the only thing that it kind of has going for itself. So in order for us to validate, or to at least get some type of confirmation that the price action may start leading to upsides in these ebb and flows going up and down like this, then we would have to hold a position of about 34 cents. So if we hold 34 cents and then we start making higher highs, then that would be an indication that 10x may have found its floor at about 28 cents, just a few days ago, and then the price action could lead to that upside. So, oh my goodness, man. So, Joel, what is up, my dude? Good to see you here in the chat. Very, very excited to have you, man. We're just checking out these. Let's go back to the SPY and see what's going on, right? So, SPY actually getting a little bit of a pump to the upside is already looking pretty good. It's not bad, okay, you guys? I know that there's a lot of assets right now kind of bleeding, but that's honestly, that's just kind of what happens when the broader markets bleed. And even you know what, this is actually, I haven't seen this in a while, but it is making me curious over BTC. So it's probably showing weakness too, right? So as everything kind of does show this weakness, yeah, check it out. So this is the 8-hour chart, and BTC showing weakness. 8-hour time frame below the EMA. Actually, what time? Yeah, I'm not using my new averages. I don't know the colors on that anymore. Let me see this. So yeah, we're below the SMA 50 on the 8-hour time frame. Let's see what the daily time frame moving averages are looking for. Man, SMA 100 support on that daily. Wow. Oh my goodness. 26. Damn, this thing is almost at an inflection point, guys. I would, if we start closing daily candles below 25,800 to about 26,300 BTC, yeah, holy crap. All right, so this is getting dangerously close to, I mean, failing this $26,000. Yeah, failing this point right here, you guys, would probably bring the price action back to a temporary support of about, I would say, 24,995, but that's a temporary support. You know, and then failing that would lead to around, I don't know, maybe $22,000 BTC. Yeah, it is looking really ugly, dude. In fact, this could be a pretty good time to maybe open short, right? So the daily time frame RSI is arguably at support. So if the move, man, it looks like it already had the chance to make that upside thrust, and this would have happened just a couple of days ago. Man, if it would have taken it, that would have been the shot to really take this to the, you know, to the upside. Not really sure why we're showing this weakness right now, right? I'm wondering if there's a macro report that's coming up soon. Is there, by the way, does anybody know if we have any Fed things coming up? I haven't actually checked on that, but the price action on the broader markets and on BTC and a lot of assets is actually making me very curious. There could be something coming up. What? Okay, so yeah, I mean, another thing is that crypto Thursdays are usually not that good. So that's funny. Eric Crown said the same thing. What? No way. What is he saying? About SPY? About the ticker symbol SPY or the Fed? Oh my goodness, man. Guys, this is getting serious though. This is an inflection point, a clear inflection point. This is an important zone to kind of keep in mind. I know it's kind of broad, right? For me to say it at $26,000 to around 25,288. It is kind of a wide range here, but I mean this. Damn it! Why didn't it take it? This was the shot? It had the volume too. I can see that we were critical, and then it started expanding. Like, what happened? Oh my goodness. I mean, there is still a chance, right? SMA 100 support on that daily. I'm not really following BTC too much right now, right? But it's just curious that everything is showing. Damn, look at that. Okay, so the 3-day time frame is showing a support of 25,270. And we're actually at resistance from that RSI. Damn, if this is showing that kind of weakness, guys, everything else would be showing weakness too. So what is the dollar looking like actually? Damn. So that means that we're probably getting right now a huge pump to the Dixie, right? So Dixie may be actually moving onwards and upwards. This would be a kind of an interesting hedge right now, right? That so Zephram saying that BTC might dump on news after the debt ceiling. Yeah, dude, that's what it was. Oh yeah, check it out. The DXY absolutely making a rip. This is the DXY is something to look at when you're trying to and actually increasing volatility here in the 6-hour time frame. This is very likely to continue to the upside and apply pressure on risk-on assets. This is really gonna show us its true colors soon. So let me see. This thing actually has a resistance coming. Damn, the dollar it's super strong. It's very, very frothy right now. So 105.16 to about 105.36 is a pretty strong area of resistance. You know what? I may actually have to keep an eye on the Dixie now, because this is pumping to the upside so much that it's worth keeping in mind. This is very likely why a lot of risk assets are kind of moving to the downside. We have a silver cross here of the 21 exponential moving average over the 55, or the 50 over the 20, right? Whichever one. And so many people just look at them as the either or. It doesn't matter though, but it's there. We're getting a silver cross here to the upside on the 8 hour. It's very likely that we can get even the daily crossing too. Yeah, the daily cross just happened. Check it out. We have a silver cross on the daily. Very bullish for this asset. Definitely looking for a resistance. Oh, check it out. This is the top side here on the SMA 200, 105.63 just about. That could be a top side resistance here before we can get some type of pullback. But this is, it's gonna take maybe at least another couple days of this. So we're gonna be basing around this area even into maybe the beginning of next week. And then we could actually start to see traditional markets or regular risk assets making their ascent, right? But Dixie is really presenting a serious factor on equities right now. So this is very bullish, and in fact, a lot of people probably hedging currencies right now. So let's see, Flow Society, salute Arca, salute to you. Now, Joel's, yeah, right, I already got you, right, my dude? Good. All right, man. So yeah, this is very likely why we're getting. And you know what? I know that this is the daily time frame. In fact, the only reason I looked at it is because of all of that capitulation that we're getting on the broader market spectrum, right? At least on the traditional equity side. But this is more along the lines that what you should look for, right? So at least a weekly time frame. If you're getting an upside that's so strong like this on the DXY, then this really applies some risk. It applies pressure on risk on assets. So this would really show that weakness, right, in the broader market. So we actually may have a little bit of a hedge on this for the next like I said, maybe Monday or Tuesday. Let me put you know what, I'm not sure that I can do this. Let me check it. Check it out. So only when it's on the macro time frame that you get that inverse correlation, right? So I want you to just take a look at the price action, right? So you're getting that oval here. This is the SPY, right? So you're getting that the flow against the dollar, right? So this is the only reason why I looked. It's only because it felt like it was moving to the downside a little too much. So there could be applied pressure on an inverse, right? And the DXY shows that very clearly. And weakness here on the but it's temporary, right? Remember what I was telling you about the SPY. Check it out. So I'm looking at either this being the bottom side target or this side being the take profit for D, right? This area here, this space could very much be the DXY, showing that space all the way up to the 105 to maybe even the SMA 200 on the daily, which we were looking at right up here to about 105.66 as well. So that space right there could be the SPY's capitulation area too, and then they would kind of switch off their. No way. Let me see. I'm actually Sebastian Lim saying ticker symbol VIRI making its daily high. So I'm actually curious now over potentially just letting go of the position. 177, right? So I'm already. Oh, let me check out my position right now. Let me see where I am. Come on, phone, do your thing. So I'm actually gonna. Hopefully by tonight, I'm gonna be picking up another 2 27-inch displays, because this is trading and doing the live stream is presenting kind of a. Good afternoon to you, Gary. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for coming by. It's presenting a challenge for me. So I definitely need some more screens in front of me. So that's going to mark 4 27-inch displays in front of me. That's ridiculous. Oh my goodness. a huge block of screen, right? So, oh yeah. Man, Sebastian M, you're distracting me. Nice. We all need more monitors. Yeah, man. Jeez, especially when we're streaming and trading all at once. And in fact, I think I'm gonna have to start installing Windows, at least on Boot Camp, for my Macs, because I'm gonna start opening up my DAS Trader again, you guys. That's very good news here, man. I'm gonna start getting my fast execution platform for to make sure that I can day trade like professionally. Where the heck is Very? Jesus, my goodness, did I really move it out of the way? It's still liked. All right, so, oh my goodness, dude, I am just about at my sell limit right now. Come on, man, take it. And that is marking, 15% was my threshold. I'm at 14.99% up. And it's very good because usually I close my positions by 10:30. And it's 10:32. Good stuff. Come on, man. Are you serious? It touched 178 and it didn't clear it. Whatever, it's all good. It's looking not bad, right, you guys? I don't like to hold any assets, for too long anymore, you guys. I really do close my positions by around 10:30 or even before that on regular trading days, right? So, Teaser saying having multiple monitors helps. I've got 3 right now. I want more, dude. Yeah, so I currently have 3 as well. But I really need the 4th one, and I really want them to all match. Right, so I'm using the second generation Apple Thunderbolt displays, the 27s, right? So because I'm using an older Mac Pro system, but Zephram knows that setup still. It's pretty good. It's not bad, but not as competitive as it is to even my laptop. Well, goodness gracious, that thing is still running. It's still running the old i9s, right? So the 10th generation, I think it's a 10-core i9 with 64 gigs of RAM, and that thing is super powerful. That is a 2019, right? So, my Mac Pro Tower is a firmware flashed 2009 is flashed to a 2010, and it's running 2013 chips, right? 12-core, 128 gigs of RAM. 179 now, dude. I think I got my profit. Yep, it closed position. Good deal. 15% up on the day. All right, that marks a very good trading day, and that officially now with the position that GDC is in, I am currently, man, it dropped a little bit. I'm currently sitting 2.37% up on ticker symbol GDC. I think I remember that ticker from some time else, maybe a week or 2 ago. I think it got popular because it made a run or something. I'm not even sure. This position here. So, man, I'm not really feeling this, right? So I hate it. It should have already made that upside. So I'm already feeling like I'm just going to go ahead and exit the plan. It's already 10:34 in the afternoon too. That would mark 15, that would mark 17% up on the day. That's not bad. It's already thank you Teaser. It would already be kind of a bullish stance, right? In fact, yeah, I think man, the morning sessions, guys, that's where it's at. I'm talking about really, in reality, like the movement that you can get from 4 a.m. to around 10 a.m. That's really where you should be, kind of considering positions, right? And now, if you're an intraday trader, of course, 6:30 in the morning would be highly ideal. But I don't think I should be complaining, and I think I should actually just maybe consider a position close right now, or liquidate my position on GDC while I still have it. I'm not gonna let a green trade turn red. So let me see. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and cancel my complex order. I'm gonna market sell right now, you guys, and that'll just mark. That'll literally just mark a 17% day. Let me see. Do it. GDC was the asset, right? So not bad. I'm really trying not to hold on to these positions anymore, you guys. So what's let me know what's in the chat, guys. What are you guys long? Are you guys in positions right now, or are you guys day trading or scalping anything? I know we can always actually, yeah, we can even look at some movers, right? Because a lot of the times, guys, check this out. Small cap traders and specifically short bias small cap traders, they usually look for the market movers, right? So to the list of your broker that says, this is going to be the ticker that is moving today, 22% up on this one. Those are the tickers that they look for short, right? So Michael Dixon saying GDC, GTII long. Philip saying long on COSM. We should take a look at COSM shortly too. GTII showing some weakness right now. Very actually getting some more, right? So let's take a look at it, right? So remember, guys, that I do not care if that, nice. It's, guys, check this out. This is around the target that I was talking about yesterday. It's about to hit it right here. You guys can witness it, right? This is the top side I'm suggesting. 183 was my top side based on a statistical move from yesterday's price action, right? So, and now the next move would be this. Don't panic, my brother, because I am still looking for an essential 279 top side for this price action here. Very, very likely it can be realized, right? So we still have plenty of thrust on that 5-day Stokes, right? And we're getting increasing volatility. Remember that 125 read is actually the upper bound of the first standard deviation that I calculated here from the volatility versus momentum footprint backtest. It's actually 5 out of 5 iterations, giving us a 100% hit rate, meeting it again, giving us now the 6th freaking iteration perfectly executed again. Damn. 6 out of 6 times now, guys. At some point, it's going to fail. At some point, it's not going to keep that 100% up, man. Nice. Look at that. Snowdrifter is actually one of my master students, and he is doing exactly what I was suggesting, right? So yes, man, very happy that you are paper trading that short position on ticker symbol F. I usually say this, you guys, my long positions, my long plays are usually my short plays tomorrow. Okay, you guys, SMFL was a very clean example of one of my long trades. So I suggested the move to the upside on SMFL. It got a huge pump to the upside based on influencer suggestions after I did, and then the thing started capitulating, and that was my short play since I already knew the targets where we came from, right? So the guys, the plays that I put up, look at them short, look at them long, okay? Look at them long and then look at them short. Or inversely, right? So very often things play against the price action and comes back right from where it came from, right? So as you know, that sign or that saying, right, when people say that the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, it's sort of like somebody looking like or acting like someone. You know, the short side is gonna kind of look like the long side. So yeah, man, what goes up must come down too, right? Man, look at that, brother. Freaking hell, man. Yeah, Very is showing so much strength. And even though, guys, this is what I mean, right? I'm not the type of person that holds the assets for very long anymore, guys. And this is a very clean example of me not caring, right? So I'm giving you the data. I'm telling you that I'm expecting 279 from this, and yet I'm taking profits at 16%. You know what I mean? Or 15%, whatever that is. So it's just, guys, I really mean it when I say that I'm a short-term trader. I will never, ever add to a losing position anymore. Like if that was something that I can tell myself, you know, as an early trader, stop adding to your losing positions, right? It just creates a bigger and bigger fire. But you know, as soon as we can get out of those losing positions and have the capital to actually trade, to actually trade that capital and really make it compound and grow within your portfolio, the sooner you're gonna just appreciate all that like cash that you have back, right? Because it was in the loss for so long. The thing is that you have traders like that go in at this valuation here. Let's just say this is they go in at $50, right? Price action goes to like 55. And then you're thinking to yourself, awesome, right? Awesome. It goes to 55, then it goes to a gradual growth, 56. and then it comes back down to around near your area of entry. Like you're looking at now 52. And then the thing goes down to 45, right? So this point marks a very significant area of psychology. So now that you're in at 50 and this thing is down to 45, you're gonna start saying, guys, just kind of hold on, just hold on just for a second. It may come back to our initial entry of 50. We're at 45, it's cool. So the thing goes to 30 to 43, right? So when it hits that 43 mark, just going down even a little bit lower, you're thinking to yourself, oh man, just hold on to it, right? 2 minutes later, the thing comes back to 48. And you're like, see, I told you it's going to come back, man. It's going to come back. Our break even is $50, right? So it's just be patient, right? Be patient with this. And the thing then makes a move all the way back down to 40. And you're like, ah, God, it'll come back. Let's just do it again. And the thing goes down to 33. And you have an entry at $50. And then you're going to start saying, well, you know what? This is a pretty good area to scale. So you know what? Let me wait for a little bit of a drop. You go to 30 and then you drop in some more. And then you bring your cost basis down a little bit. Back down now to 47 is your cost basis, right? And then this thing drops to 25. And then you're just like, well, you know what? Just a little bit longer. I think you can actually do it. Then it drops to 18. And then here you're just saying, well, I guess I'm just, I'm long-term holding. So that psychology, that train of thought is actually the biggest problem that retail has, right? So and it's that's where I came from. I can't do this anymore, guys. Like that's not okay. You know what I mean? And it's sometimes, it's just because we're a little green at trading, we're beginning, and we don't see this, because at this point you're talking to yourself, or the area before you said that you were just gonna long-term hold this, you're talking to yourself and you're saying to yourself, you know what, if I can just come back, you have a position entry at 50, right? So, and you're saying at $33 that if I can just come back to 38 or 40, then I'll just I'll just go ahead and pull out. And then it doesn't do that. So when it goes to freaking $20, you're like, man, if it could come back to 30, then I'll just pull out. And then it goes down to 15 and you're like, man, if it just comes back to 25, then I'll just pull out. But that never works. It never works. Right? Yeah, exactly, Joel. We really do. And I guys, I'm not the one to tell you that I'm not subject to that, right? Because I can tell you, man, that's where I learn my lessons the most, man. That is the main issue that retail has, right, you guys? And I want to make you guys aware of that. So just know that our psychology plays just like each other. So Badar saying, dang, Arca, it was like you were inside my head last couple of minutes. If I could just get back in AMC in the 20s, damn, dude. AMC and GME created this. Oh, man, it sucks. Right, so Origin, good to see you, man. So all, thank you, Arca. Gonna be quiet and keep learning for now. Much love, all. Good to see you here, my brother. Very, very happy for you to join us. Right. So, guys, it's just that psychology there. It's a real thing to take into account, because the markets, that's all it is. It's just reading our psychology. Right, this is how we're feeling in this asset right now, right? Despite how the broader markets are looking, which, by the way, we can actually take a quick look at, right? Because who knows just how bullish we are on the SPY, right? The SPY is actually starting to come back a little bit. Of course, we're getting a little bit of that upside, right? So resistance here, guys, would be tested at 420.05. So be careful, all right? So, a lot of positions waiting for some type of I'm talking about short position here, okay? So keep an eye on this target here. 420.05 to 420.131 could be another resistance touch, and then we'll see, right? So this position here for, I'm having the biggest trouble right now. There it is. Jeez. Okay, so I guess it was good that I waited just a little bit for GDC. In fact, it's 3% up now. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just market close, and yeah, it'll all be good, right? And I hate it because Webull is always, Webull will fill you to the probably to the crappier end of the bid and ask spread. So hold on just a sec, you guys. Let me just make sure that I can get my, oh, right, the stop loss is still in. Let me get rid of my stop. And yeah, position just about 3% up. I'm just going to go ahead and liquidate now. And just a moment, you guys, just a moment. And I am officially out of position. My risk is entirely out. I have nothing exposed except for, of course, my other little weird positions like GTII and and my other little weird position called AMC. Man, I was actually just talking to my wife yesterday about it. I told her, should I just, you know, not be a ape anymore? Should I quit my AMZ position that I've had there since August of 2021? Oh my goodness. She goes, you still have it open? I said, yeah, I still have it open. Oh my goodness. She said, why? And I said, because it's for the cause, baby. Because I said it's ride or die. And she goes, man, I don't know. I mean, you look at the market, see if you can do something about it. So I thought to myself, damn, I haven't averaged down on that since September 2021. I never averaged anything. I just left it there, right? And just looked at $8,000 become 90% loss. In fact, you know what? In the Discord, we're going to go ahead and create a new channel. We should do this. We should totally do this. And the channel is not going to be the Arca Bull Flex, right? AMC to 100,000, says Zeph. So we're going to create, you know how the Discord right now has that channel that says Arca Bulls Flex, right? So we should actually do an Arca Bulls Flunk, right? So if we have a flunk in there, then I think that would be the rehab, the HODL rehab, the HODL rehab, right? So, and I'll gladly be the first one to put up my 90% loss of AMC that is not realized, right? Because, guys, I mean, damn, when the price action really goes against you and you're like an 80% loss, you're kind of betting that your day trade on that is going to come back to the green when you could actually just take that capital and make actual green out of it from other plays, right? But in the psychology from retail, we don't want to realize the loss because then we realize the loss, right? And that sucks, guys. So yeah, SPY is still showing that upside. Yeah, man, AMC, let's see, I lost half of my portfolio on the dude. Oh man, yeah, so I lost about 90% of portfolio. That's where I blew up my first account. AMC was my first blow up. Right, so Michael Dixon, I'm a loser. GTII, no, dude. I have a GTII small position too. I'm being, it's for the cause on that one too, right? So, except for GTII, at least my average is probably like $1.64 or $1.54, I think it was. Right, I forgot where it was. It was at the validation of the last 3-day volatility run. Man, look at GTII just lingering around that $98 to $1 zone. This thing is not, it doesn't want to. Oh yeah, isn't there something announced today? You're 90%, Michael? Damn. I mean, guys, look at that. I mean, teaser saying, yeah, agreed, nearly lost me money on AMC way back, dude. I consider myself fortunate to get out with some profit, dude. My brother got out with some profit as well, and at least he was green on that. But many people lost entire portfolios, including your boy Arca here. Never going to do that again, you guys. I'm never going to be an ape again. All right, so Aiden's saying I was up $2,000 in AMC on a $3,000 account. Nice. And then I didn't sell. Dude, that's just because we didn't know how to trade, right? So, yeah, me too. In fact, in August of 2021, when I went in, I just literally went in like 6 G's, right? And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, we're all going to go to 100K because Lou said so. And the price action continued to the upside into September, actually, to $52. My average was around 41. Right, so it went up to 52. I was about $1,800 up. and I'm thinking to myself, wow, I'm only 15% up? Like, this sucks. I was up $1,800. I was literally up a paycheck, a bi-weekly paycheck up. And I didn't realize that because I had, I had never traded before. I didn't know what it was. Oh man, just to show you guys, right? We do learn the hard way, man. That sucks, you guys. That really does suck. Oh my goodness. Teaser saying, dude, people put their entire life savings on the line in AMC. Dude, yes. I have a couple of friends who actually did that. And in fact, a couple of those friends know now, as of this last weekend, know that I am Arca. And they were all like, what? Right? And they were saying, dude, do you think that AMC is ever gonna come back up? That question, guys, that question there, it was, dude, do you think that do you think that AMC is ever going to come up again? Do you think it'll recover? Man, my short answer to that was like, sure, we just need a bull cycle, right? I mean, fundamentally speaking, I don't know that they have anything so significant to announce. In fact, I don't know. I just said that you should probably, just kind of look out for that ticker. Dude, EZNC making a new low. Holy crap. I was covering this ticker too. I was looking at it. We're getting a little bit of weakness on the DXY, giving a little bit of strength here to the SPY. So I did not mean to rhyme. Okay, so which means that we're getting all kinds of little pressures to the upside right now. So man, at least that's okay. All right, so I'm happy that you guys got some puts on the ticker symbol SPY. So if you didn't realize your targets already, that sucks, but we should take our gains while they're there. Okay, you guys. So in fact, this is oh my goodness, why that's kind of a drastic upside. This thing was sitting not too long ago at 416, $2 up. Man, that is very impressive coming out of SPY. There's a lot of sentiment right now. A lot of sentiment in the markets right now, guys. So be very careful. And one thing that I do remember from Eric Crown, he was saying that Bitcoin historically has a Thursday red day on average. So looking that it's Wednesday today and facing ourselves in resistance here. Look at this. This is the SMA 10 currently being converted into a resistance BTC right now. So that's already prepping for a red day for Thursday. Potential bottom side of about 25,273. If that can happen, guys, that probably won't happen until next week. Huge downside, right? Let's see right here. Let's see. So Aiden is saying the GME run made so many millionaires. Yeah, I thought it was. You thought you were gonna be one, dude. Everyone thought they were gonna be one. So Arca, I have GME at an expected 25 plus ish before earnings. Yeah. So when there's earnings coming up, that's usually when the assets would start running towards the upside, right? So let's. Yeah, I'm curious, right? I never really charted GME. I think I did a couple times, just for some people, right? But I never officially charted this. So, yeah. This is still doing what we were talking about. Man, guys, look. The last time I looked at this was somewhere up here. This was probably April, I think, is when I looked at it, and I said that this is creating an ABCD. Very likely for us to find that. Bottom side down here and then continue to the upside. So it is kind of doing what we talked about a while ago. And I was suggesting this to be test number 2. We're going to get test number, actually, no. Well, I mean, if it does fail it, then it would do it more likely on this test, not on this test. So there could still be some upside here. So maybe I would say 2705 top side. Right, let me get the averages in there to see if we have anything. So right now, the SMA 10 and the 200 are being converted into supports. We have a silver cross on the daily as well. So this is looking pretty good. And it does have a top side of about 27 to about 28.11. If you can get that, man, I would run. I would run with whatever you can get, right? So that if we do start failing around this target here, that downside could be around $13. You don't want that, man. And that could be in line to the weakness that people are seeing overall in the broader market spectrum, right? So, I mean, if we do get that downside to around $13, that's it's not undoable, right? And it's not yeah, I mean, we do have a range there, and that support range 1168 to 1380, that's around that area there. So it is on a bearish channel though. So I mean, it's a daily time frame. This is going to take weeks and weeks to fulfill, right? But it's moving in the direction that we were talking about. So be very careful with GME, but I definitely see a very short-term time frame daily pullback, right? So, and that target can actually be down to about the 23.46 cent zone. The range could lead all the way back down to around 23.02. But I got to tell you this though, failing this candle here, right? So this range here, this tweezer, 22.77, starting to close daily candles below this target would essentially be the first sign of or the first symptom of failure, right? And then it would be the next inflection point would be this one right over here. So somewhere around 21.75 to the range of about 21.25 in this candle range here, right? So the difference between these two candles, that would be the official kind of break of key support. And then the price action could capitulate to around 1917, yeah, it was at sub 20s, right? So around there. So yeah, but I mean, I still see an upside coming in there. Just keep an eye out for those targets, right? Just keep an eye out for that 22.75 failure. You don't want that. What's up, Mark Roach? Good to see you here, moderator. Very, very excited to see you here, my dude. So now, let's see. Andy, how you doing, man? Good to see you here. So no more ape mentality for me. I lost so much money. I got GTII now, and this is the year I take profits. I think there's a pattern with GTII when it runs, take profits and buy. Yeah. I agree, man. It really is just a matter of consistency and a matter of a mental preparation, right? So if we can really just drill in our heads that we just need to take profits when they're there, right? Don't let a green trade turn red. Those are your profits, right? So make sure to secure them while they are there, and then we can go ahead and trade the next opportunity, right? You guys, we can do we can do something like this, right? So, guys, I'm talking about anywhere between 10 to 25% daily, right? So that's not what people are making, right? At least on a job, like a regular 9-to-5 job. This is crazy stuff, guys. And it's very powerful, but also, like, just the way I tell my master's students, guys, this is we gotta condition like athletes. We gotta condition like you would an Indy 500 car racer or something, man. You just really have to condition. You have to practice. You have to bring up your paper trades. A lot of people figure that they can just come into the markets and win, right? But I'm sure that's not going to happen if you're playing a game against Tiger Woods in golf, right? He's probably going to cream us, right? So that's absolute truth here too. We are battling against the sharpest minds in the world, guys, in the trade, right? So we also have to condition like the sharpest minds to make sure that we can. Compete with this very, very volatile system and absolutely a manipulated system, right? So what's going on with ticker symbol APPL, man? That should be showing some strength right now because the SPY actually got a little bit of an upside, right? So ALPL is ticker symbol Apple, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick and see what's going on. Man, look at the froth on that. I'm wondering if I still have my resistance touches here from this. Oh, I actually don't. Let me remember when did you guys remember when I think it was which, by the way, I don't think he was referring to me, but Ham Short Killer, he was talking about that he challenged someone to chart Apple, right? And a lot of people thought it was me. I mean, I guess I don't know. It could have been. I'm not sure that it was though, right? But I was actually looking at Apple out of curiosity, and I did mark some levels. I remember of resistance. Oh, right. Look at that. We were down here when he said that, and I was like, okay, so yeah, I'm gonna mark my chop zone, and then we'll see what happens. We chopped around this whole month in it. Oh my goodness. I was curious just to see what happened, right? But yeah, very nice break of market structure here, guys. What I'm talking about by breaking market structure is the fact that we're looking at this on the daily, and you could cleanly see a line of regression right here, right? You can see the regression very clearly right here, and the price action almost respects that type of regression like perfectly, right? So you can see the resistance. You have a resistance here, and then we're starting to convert it and test it as a support, right? And then we have that official breakout. So what I mean by break of market structure is not only this, but the fact that we're creating now, I guess, a brand new 52-week high, right? So this would be 179.04. Let's see, so that's sitting, this is sitting at the highs of March 2022, right? We haven't been there literally that long, guys. It's been over, I mean, it's just a long time, right? So this is a very critical time right now, man. My goodness, this is good stuff, very good stuff, and it's still suggesting an upside. This is very aggressive on the daily. And now, let me see. Man, this would have been good for calls. Jeez. Take a look at the daily stochastic versus stochastic momentum versus volatility. We're getting that uptick right now. This is increasing volatility now on the daily with an upside pivot here. As soon as we have the moving average and the volatility component beyond the 15 or even the 10 percentile, this would very likely continue to the upside to test the 182.94, the 183 top. Oh my goodness, man! And why is this running? They did announce something, right? Mark, thank you for sharing that with us. So Apple's App Store trends, let's see, depict changes since pandemic. So there is some type of news happening right now, right? But this is really frothy right now, but it's barely beginning, it looks like. So 4-hour time frame should be pivoted towards the man. It does have an upside pivot there. We're contracting a little bit, but it's already kind of overextended. Let's see the 6-hour and the 8-hour. The 8-hour is more like where we should be, right? Huge volatility coming in right now, guys. This is very likely going to continue to the upside for a little more. I think at least another $5, which is kind of big for a $180 asset, right? So, I mean, if you're playing calls on this, I mean, I would never hold positions of options, overnight, because the overnight exposure is just, you see the price action dropping in the early pre-market, and you can't do anything about those options, right? So, but if you're playing options then I guess the preparation for your options would be somewhere near for a potential $3 or $4 run. So if you get them slightly out of the money and this thing runs into the money while you're holding the options, you're going to get a gamma ramp, meaning that both the implied volatility, you would get an IV pump, and also you would get the gamma to apply to your delta. So that would be kind of a huge jump on a few dollar move to the upside. But remember, guys, it's also overextended, so kind of preparing those options are a little bit of a risk here, right? But as we should have prepared the options, in fact, from 170, not from 178. But I'm just kind of talking out loud here, just to give you what I'm feeling, right, in my head, so you can see where I'm at. Right, so but this is absolutely bullish, you guys. Very, very impressive price action right now. And that is, it is in correlation right now with getting that little bit of an upside here. Huge rejection from this bottom side of the SPY, right? So, I mean, if this 6-hour candle in 1 hour and 55, that's kind of an eternity away still. If we do get that closure just like this, that would kind of signal a potential reversal coming in. I think every candle would be shaped in the green like this, and it would show a potential reversal. There you go, 12-hour hammer coming in. If that's the case, you guys, then we could actually face the top side of about 423.89. And I mean, I really wanted to reach these targets. I see them there, but I'm just not sure if we can reach them right away at the immediate short term, right? So top of the day to you, Rocket Lock. Thank you so much for coming by, chilling here with the family, right? But so actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and keep an eye over the other tickers that we were looking at, right? So let's see what GTI is doing. Still sitting at that 99-cent zone, very low volume. And let's go back to these tickers right over here. So let's see what COSM is up to right now. Still lingering upside of the out of this support zone, right? 346 is currently there, you guys. So again, remember, I was talking about the monthly closure here. So it's interesting that all of these assets would start to kind of recover from their critical lows right at the monthly close, right? So if you get a closure that's lower, it's obviously better for it's obviously better for tax reasons and all kinds of other stuff. Who knows what, right? The hedge funds will do what they will do, but it was very curious for me to hear that perspective, as I never take that into account because I'm not practicing that type of analysis, right? I'm practicing iterations. I'm practicing frequency, right? So that's where kind of my niche is, right? And I mean, but this is proving that there is a psychological factor within this, right? Obviously, guys, we talk about this descending triangle all the time. This descending triangle has a tendency to realize its breakout when you're approaching, 65 to 70% to the apex, and it's there. It's there. So, yeah, brother, that Mark, you're talking about charting GCT. Yeah, man, that was a play. GCT. Sorry, I thought you were talking about GDC. I was like, bro, that's a play I put up. Yeah, sure. Let's take a look at it, man. What's going down with that ticker? So now, Hamed, are you talking about COSM or which one were you talking about, my dude? Were you saying any thoughts on this as in COSM or whatever I was on? Or what you talking about? Oh, man. So this is I remember looking at this the other day, right? Yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look at that OCEA too, my bro. Okay, so daily time frame showing massive weakness, but this upside. When did we get this pump to the upside, man? This was on the 24th. Okay, so I mean, usually this is what I'm seeing it doing, right? And I think I talked about this. I'm not sure when this was, right? But this regression that you're looking at here is kind of marking off. I don't want. I mean, it could be a right-angled wedge, right? So something along the lines of this, right? So if this is in fact the case, then that means that we're going to have these volatility runs, right? Every so often, and it could be the mark of a macro trend, right? So if we're looking at this now on the 5-day, then this could very well be showing that it could be in line to show a huge ebb and flow, and then try it again in a couple of weeks, and then again before it tries to decide which way to kind of choose, right? So sometimes, I mean, also this thing is showing several formations too, and that formation could have already taken its profit today, and that's particular to it's a falling wedge. Let's see. Yeah, just like literally like this, right? So I can actually make this let me see if we can do it something like this, right? Oh, it was actually symmetrical, right? So this could have been one way to look at it. So the top side to the, I mean, no, I would really, it's already kind of force-ish, right? When you're forcing formations like this, that's it becomes a problem, right? So I mean, formation analysis, it's whatever, right? So the top side of this upon that breakout would have been realized right here at about 10:43. It realized at 11:68. So that's the majority of the move has already been realized, right? So that this is already kind of matured, right? So now this pullback would be expected, and the pullback would also sometimes lead to retesting the breakout of the triangle. So if that's the case, right? So then we're facing two bottom sides here. 2 days and 2 hours to close this 5-day candle, which would lead to around 557. And if it were to test back down to that very, very low area, Johnny Barnes, what's up, my dude? That's right, man. I'm back, and I'm trying to get this in the mornings now. And then, yeah, check this out. 548 would be the second area to kind of look out for, right? But, of course, that's only speculation based on formation analysis. So if we are going to just look at this as a short term, then let's look at it. So 30-minute time frame, we have an immediate upside. Actually, it's It's very nice. Let me actually pull this up on here instead. So that was a GCT, right? So I want to see it with some tools too. Okay, so 30-minute time frame. Let's go back and look at the Stokes, right? And let me pull up the RSI as well. Oh, there it is. This is this is where I was charting it. Damn it. Okay. So it's still following the chop zone that we had, right? So that's okay. We have an immediate short-term upside. This should start bleeding into the hourly. Let's see. So the hourly time frame is getting that upside pivot as well. We're crossing above the 14-day simple on the RSI. That's nice. Okay, that's good. But we want it to cascade into the larger time frames too. Naturally, of course, we're going to face some resistance at the bi-hourly, in which case it's already at, and that resistance level could be at that 675 top side, right? So 673 is already kind of where we're sitting right now. There is a likelihood that it's going to continue to the upside for a very short period. There you go, getting that uptick now. And let's see. We're showing weakness on the upper time frames, guys. 6-hour time frame resistance. Let's see right here. You'll notice which time frames you're going to favor, right? When you start seeing that there's weakness coming up. Like for example, here on the RSI 6-hour, please notice that the RSI signal, it still has the SMA 14 there as resistance, which could be the top side of about $7.03. Immediate resistance there. This can come back down and test around the 658 after that touch. So this is trying to range now. Okay, it's trying to find a support because that upside was very violent. Okay, so we're getting upside reads though. Okay, so now the 8-hour time frame is suggesting a natural upside too, and we definitely got a silver cross as well on the 8-hour. So, and a golden cross. Nice. Yeah, I would expect a little bit of a pullback starting from that 702 zone. Okay, so that well, to be safe, it could be 705. Right, so just kind of keep an eye on that, dude, because these are short-term analyses, right? So I would like to see the close on this. It's also 11 a.m. The algorithms change around this time, right after 10 a.m. after 10:30. The algorithms in the trade are not the same anymore, right? But yeah, this was also a play that I put up, right? So I mean, it realized, right? It got the target. So this is not bad. This is not bad. I would just really start to watch out because this thing is, I mean, you can see the converging price, right? It's creating some type of symmetry here. Okay, so that symmetry, it actually does have a bias. It favors the bulls, right, for an upside move of which can be resisted at about 826 based on the breakout from this symmetry here. If that's the bull case though, okay? The problem is that the symmetrical triangle can also be played to the downside, and the downside target for the symmetrical triangle would be around 526. So and that would be, you know, testing a lot of the resistances from the moving averages. Okay, you guys. So just I would really express some concern if you start closing candles below the area of about 636, and then you know, because we can face a bounce from the EMA 20. Or the EMA 50, I think it was, right? Let's see. Custom EMA 1. Custom EMA 1. Sorry, it's the 20-day exponential moving average, or even the 21-day, right? So it would be around 624 for a bounce to the upside, in which case we would convert the SMA 10 into a resistance and then create even more of a validation for that symmetry, and it would really show here as a second test of the support line. So the moving averages are also favoring that thing, right? Not a problem, my brother. So very happy to help, dude. Yeah, we'll take a look at ALLR, but let me just go ahead and see the ticker symbol OCEA for my dude Hamed, right? So he came in here and he asked for that ticker just a little bit ago. So let's look at it. OCEA, right? So let's see what's going on with that. And real quick, let's just go ahead and keep an eye on the SPY, right? So an eye on the SPY. So yeah, facing the resistance from the bottom side of this candle, of course. but it's still printing a very, very attractive little hammer here. If we can get that hammer to be printed, then yeah, we can look to immediate short-term targets. 421 with a top side of about 423 on the SPY, right? So let's go back to OCEA and see what's happening with this ticker. Okay, so man, this is so much anxiety on this ticker. Let me go to the 30-minute time frame. Hopefully there's a downside, right? We have a downside on the 30-minute, just as expected. Let's see what else we have. I'm also going to get rid of the SPY here. It's just creating too much noise. Okay. It's showing a little bit of weakness here. We have upside still. Downside on the RSI, though, so that there is a support touch to be looked at in the immediate short-term time frame, the 516, before a bounce, right? Hourly time frame showing that there could be a further drop than even that, right? So if we're facing the support right now from the EMA 50, that's the bias on that would lead the price action to the upside, but the resistance level faced at right over here. Take a look at this, right? So you have the trend. Just look at it horizontally, right? So this top side of the candle at 525. You have the 525 here, 525 here, 525 here, 525 here. That resistance level would highly likely be the reason why the price action will come back to the range of about 514 to 511. Okay, so if that's the case, then this would be creating this. You can see the regression here too, just like this, right? Something along the lines of this. We'll come back and test the EMA 20. Very much in confluence with this trend that's happening, right? So if we're ranging here, then at some point, this ascending triangle, if you will, it could fail, right? Because oftentimes this is looked at as a bear flag on an upper time frame, something like this, right? So this accumulation period here is resisting. If it does break out. If it does break out to the upside, that would be awesome, right? If it did break out to the upside, which is rare. So it would, it's already failing the support. It already had the chance to do it, right? So if it can be faced again, but we're at that 525 that we're talking about right now. Okay, so if it can succeed this, then it would need to convert the 525 into a support, hourly candle minimum, before this thing could get a pump to the upside, of which the topside target would be located, I'd say 559, 560, around there. Okay, but right now, that resistance level has to be converted into a support, and then we'll bounce and then get that upside, right? So there is a chance of it. We're getting that EMA 50 support, but we can't always bank on it, right? Because these often become other formations that you don't want, right? So for example, this, right? If you start looking at your formation like in this manner here, then that would be a bearish formation. This would lead to a downside more often than not, right? So these rising wedges are usually a bearish thing to look at, and they usually base where they started from, the price action, right? So in this case, you can take a trend line right from that top side of the triangle just all the way down here. Just some simple, very, very, very beginner type of analysis, right? So if you're looking at the hourly time frame, then this could kind of favor that ebb and flow until maybe tomorrow or the next day, and eventually break down. And look at this, it's literally coming back down to the beginning of the formation, right? So that's kind of what I'm talking about, you guys. So resistance level, the 525 conversion would be amazing, but if we start beating now the 534 and start breaking upside of this triangle, then that would be nice. But the likelihood of this to kind of come back down is a little greater. But I'm not talking about failure. I'm talking about coming back down to validate the support before a continuation. Right, so right now it's just it's kind of a critical moment for this ticker OCEA. Give it some time. If you are in the green, this is take profit right now for the longs. Very particular for the longs. They're playing the up and down thing here. All right, so this is like a 30-minute or a 15-minute ABCD. Yeah, like this. So this is a very typical play. Okay, so just keep an eye on it. You never want rising formations, right? So ascending formations usually lead to a downside. So keep a close eye on this. And yeah, so yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at that ticker symbol ALLR and see what's up, man. So ALLR for Johnny Barnes. It's very good to see you here, my dude. Very happy to see you. So 15-minute time frame conversion of the EMA 20 into support. Very nice. We're getting an uptick on the 15-minute, which means it's bleeding into the 30. Let's see how far up it has it. Nice. All right. This could be the beginning of something, right? So we're getting the uptick. Man, if you're long this already, that entry was at 25.33. Okay, so let's see. Same here, my brother. Nice, man. Nice. Resistance level coming up on the hourly time frame, EMA 20. You're looking at 26.65 as a resistance zone. So this is very likely to pull back any second now. If it doesn't pull back right from that 26.65, it would pull back from this zone here, gap at about 27 cents, right? It's already been filled, all good, but we keep the gaps in line for future play too. Okay, we're getting that slight uptick right now on the upside on the MACD. Okay, we're getting stochastics to the upside as well while contracting. Okay, so this may have a continuation to the upside even still. Okay, so that pullback would be the entry for a lot of longs, which could be located at this hourly gap. First of all, 2601 could be one of those position longs, and also the 2562 zone. So that would be your mark off, right? So just like this, right? We can keep it just like that to mark off a position, potential position long, right? So this would be alongside the SMA 10 too. The SMA 10 is literally located right at the bottom side of that gap. Man, get your own crystal ball, guys. Yeah, guys, I definitely don't have a crystal ball. And in fact, this is actually making a very bullish breakout, right? So this is one of those falling pizzas, falling wedges, very commonly known in the trade, right? Something like this here is kind of like what's happening, right? So this is a very bullish breakout right now. The top side target to look out for this, of course. Remember, it's funny how this gets a lot of engagement. You know, that these formations, they show, right? Whenever I tell somebody that we're about to break out of a Head and Shoulders or something, then I get a lot of people telling me, yeah, Arca, like, call it, brother. Right, so here you go. This is the breakout candle right here, giving us a resistance level right at the EMA 50. The range of about 28.38 to about 28.79 could be a very strong resistance zone and also a potential take profit for longs, right? So I'm not saying that that's the end of it. I'm just saying that very likely we can touch down on that target, whether it be by the end of the session today or tomorrow. And then the pullback would very likely come back down to the EMA 20, 26.67. Hopefully we can validate that as a support and then continue on to the upside. But this is it's a bullish breakout, but it's a bullish breakout for scalpers, for momentum traders. Okay, so it is as it is in the shorter time frames. So hourly traders are they already kind of took their position down here, right? And they're just waiting for that position to continue. So right now, resistance at this 26.72 EMA 50, right? EMA 20. Come back to that 26 cent zone, reload. Even if it comes back to the 25.66, it'll still be okay. And then a potential retracement all the way back to the EMA 50, located at 28, just about 28.36, right at the resistance level that we're looking at here. So that would be kind of it, right? So another way to look at demand, which is actually more of an inner circle trader type thing, it would be maybe not like this, right? This is my own style that I picked out by choosing my demands, right? But the next way to do it would be the candle right before the thrust. So the swing high to swing low of that candle would be that area of demand, of supply and demand, which is something to keep in mind, right? It's just little tricks here and there that you can use for critical supports or inflection zones. So this candle right before that upside thrust would be a pretty good area to consider as a demand, right? So ALLR, I think it still has that upside. I think we can actually reach that 28.35, so it's not bad. SONN, what's up with SONN, man? Is it actually getting an upside now? Yeah, very cool, very cool. So remember, SONN, I'm looking for an immediate short-term target. If it fills today, that'd be great. But I'm looking at 59.78 as the resistance level for today, and eventually reach the top side of the Gaussian band on the buy daily, which we have to adjust just a little bit. Getting very close to the 1.618. I mean, this is giving it higher probability now. 66, pretty much 67 cents would be that resistance zone to look at, right, you guys? So I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So 4 hour and daily, Johnny Barnes. Let me see. Yeah, let's give it a quick whirl. Not a problem at all, my dude. Let's see. What's the yeah, nice. Okay, so this let me see what the opening is on this. So the opening is, hold on just a quick moment, 25.10, and the closing of this is, where are you, 26.55. Damn. Okay, so it's not creating a bullish engulfing. It's almost there, right? But still, if we get a 4 hour closure upside of the opening valuation of this candle here, which is let's go to the open on this, 26.17. Yeah, closing this 4 hour above 26.17 would pretty much validate, would be a validator for a continuation to the upside. Of course, this is short-term read, right? The closing basis candle for candle thesis or theory would be best if looked at in the minimum 8 hour, right? So now on the daily time frame, let's see what it's looking at, or what it's looking like. Sorry. Relevant enough actually to become kind of a tweezer bottom-ish, right? So huge gap here between 28.52 and 30.73. This, look at this, man. I actually didn't even look at the daily, but our resistance zone that we're looking at is also very curious because it's leading us right to the gap resistance. So even in my own discretion here, I'm putting up the resistance being the gap. Very likely we can get a pullback from 28.50. Okay, so the likelihood now of reaching this gap, not filling it just yet. Okay, we would actually have to see momentum at that time. So, but it's still, I mean, there is a little bit of weakness coming in, right, specifically on the daily time frame. And it's, I mean, if we have a little bit of strength coming up, it's going to be in the shorter time frames. We really want the shorter time frames to bleed into the upper time frames, right? So if you don't have the momentum from at least a 4 hour, sorry, which actually we may start getting very soon. Check it out. We're getting an upside pivot here on the buy hourly, sorry, and the upside pivot on the hourly as well. So that means that the 4 hour would be likely to get it shortly after, right? So if we do get that, then that would be a great zone to kind of look at. So let me go back to the hourly time frame, as I do think that it's, yeah, look at this. This is that drop that we're talking about. Right, so right now longs are probably going to start opening interest, and then the bottom side of that demand zone would be 24.99, literally what we just said. So this could be the bottom side here, if not. I mean, right now we're facing the resistance from the SMA 10 hourly, right? So come back down to the 25-cent zone, validate that support, and then continue on to the upside. But we saw this resistance coming up from this moving average. Okay, so it's playing. Are you seeing it on the daily? Let me see. I'll take a look for you. Let's give it a quick. You're seeing a channel? Dude, this thing plays a lot of games. Let me get rid of the averages. Nice. Are you serious, bro? I'm gonna come right back to it, Johnny. Hold on just a sec. All right, very good. We're starting to get that breakout just like we spoke of, right around the same area that we looked at, right? So the first target to look at, you guys, if the price action can continue to the upside, then we have a resistance at 372, but the target to look out first is 396. Okay, keep an eye on that. Okay, so I mean, COSM, I'm guys, come on, how many videos can I put up before I can get you guys to realize that I really mean what I'm saying? Right, somebody put an image of a dumpster fire after I said it's going up. Come on, guys, like I'm not fooling around here, man. I really mean well for retail, right? I wouldn't be signaling some crap without backing it, specifically on statistical back tests. Like, it's the data's showing. The data is saying that we're going to make an upside. I'm not going to tell you that it's going to go to the downside if it's actually suggesting an upside, right? And Very nice, very holding that top side. And yeah, take a look at 187 was essentially my overall take profit. Huge resistance to be faced at that 188, 2.272. The Gaussian channel daily on this was also the reason why, right? So far the daily, the high that we face is 181. So I'm very close. The day is not over. Don't sue me just yet, right? But I'm still looking at 187, 188 to be the top side resistance for this. Very likely for that to come back down into this support range of about 144 to 154. Test that 1.618. And if it doesn't hold that, we have two more ranges to look at. It'll still be fine if Very came back down to 102 and then continued on to the upside. In fact, it would be probably embraced if we should embrace that if that were the case. Okay, you guys, but yeah, COSM is looking incredibly bullish. Let me see. That time frame is looking good. There you go. Check it out. It's meeting the top side of our target perfectly. This is from yesterday's analysis, by the way. So the reason why we were able to see 362, and let me see the top, yeah, 362 top, and my discretion was already at 362 as well. The reason why we were able to see this is because of the Gaussian band, right? So we had the mean band located at about 362 yesterday. So it has since shifted and we're at the resistance of it. But remember, guys, that as soon as we start breaking upside of the mean band here, we could get a top side. We could still get a top side here of about 380, right? And then come back down, validate this mean band as a support. And then the price action would likely lead to a pretty nice upside, as historically speaking, anytime we break upside of the mean band, we do have some pretty significant moves to the upside, right? So, it's not a guaranteed shot. I just want everybody to kind of be aware that that's kind of what happens, right? This iteration here was a 37% move to the upside upon validation of that mean band. This was another 26% move on that validation above the mean band. So yeah, there are very specific moves that we look at when we bounce off of this mean. So yeah, you guys, this is something to kind of look out for, and that would essentially present the starting and the cascading of the statistical move that I'm talking about, right? So COSM, remember, I have a back test right now. Oh, there we go. This is confirmation. This is validation that the 8-hour statistical move is on. And this one is a very powerful move. Please remember that I have a read of about 9 total iterations throughout the entire trading history of the COSM asset on the 8-hour time frame. This is 6 out of the 9 were proven correct to the upside, right? And that gives us an average thrust of 206% to the upside. Now, but of course, the smaller percentages would be where we would kind of look at, right? But statistically speaking, when we have DMI support paired with upside on stochastics alongside volatility increasing, this has led to a 206% move to the upside over 6 days. Okay, so and this is why I was saying that the charts are very primed to create a huge upside move, and I was signaling that from $3, 290 something too. Okay, so this is it has some stupid targets to look at. First of all, the standard deviation is a 382% pump, and we have an unusable lower end of the first standard deviation due to its negative value. But if we were to face the top side of the first, I'm talking about the upper bound of the first standard deviation of the bell curve, right, in statistics, the upper bound leads to almost a 600% move to the upside, which just so happens to be around $23. Right, so in this case, you're looking at 21.33. The 5-day volatility versus momentum backtest is leading to just about $23 on the upper bound of the first standard deviation. It's also showing a massive valuation there too. Check it out, 23.61 is that top side statistically speaking, and the top side of that Black Swan event is 23.84. We're talking about 19 cents away or 20 cents away. So that's incredibly curious that the top side of the first standard deviation is taking us there. But the best thing to kind of do in these situations is to look at the lower bound of the first standard deviation, which would be a 78% move to the upside. So something like that would be a lot more or safer to look at, right? Because we definitely have the signaling or the firing of the signal. It's already happened, right? So that happened at about 297 on this candle here. So measuring a 78% move to the upside takes us right to this target here of about 551, right? So 551 could be a shorter time frame. I'm talking about the a larger time frame resistance, meaning that a couple weeks ahead could be where we can face this, right? Because remember, on average, 162% can be realized over the span of about 116 days. We don't have to fulfill the 116 days. I'm just saying that it's on average, and I can't ignore that, right? So another thing to face here, guys, is the fact that I was saying that the support line was this chop zone, and the top side target from this range is around $3.55, $3.57. We already touched 362, right? So it's fair. And we're also in the process of converting the 2.618 into a support. This can be a very nice move to test back down 347, 2.272, right? Then we get an upside continuation here. We have 378 to combat and also 405 to combat. Making this range into a support would then lead to the targets of about $5 where I was talking about. Okay, you guys, we have to take this day by day, but everything is showing promise. I mean, remember, a lot of people were doubting me because I said the upside is coming last Friday. I'm sorry, last Friday. Literally this the Friday that just passed, right? So, or Thursday or something. I said, guys, the charts are they're primed. They're primed for an upside, right? And since the firing of that video, right, the price action has made about a 20% gain to the upside, right? So, yeah, guys, the statistics are something of absolute power. Okay, like if I were to suggest anything here, guys, is just to put some very light math into it, right? And then just really favor probabilities. Okay, so yeah, so Johnny, going back to ALLR, I would let's see what it did. Did it bounce off from our support? Let's go to the hourly time frame, right? And I know that you were looking at a channel on the daily, but I actually don't see it. Send me a picture of it, please, on my Discord so I can see what you mean. All right, there you go. So we got the bounce from the area we were talking about, right? This is the demand zone. We got that bounce to the upside. Let's see the moving averages. Facing that resistance again at that EMA 20, it's okay. If it comes back down again to about 25.62, it's okay. This is, like I said, it may take until tomorrow to realize this target of about 28.35, 28.36. So I'm still looking at that. Yeah, I'm actually not familiar. I don't have Ortex or anything, and I never look at that metric, Mark Roach. But that would be good to know. Does anybody know what the short interest is in ALLR? Johnny Barnes, thank you so much, my brother. You didn't have to do that, my bro. Really appreciate you. But send me an image about the channel that you're looking at on the daily. I'm very curious to see what you were eyeballing there, right? I would really like to see that, actually. So yeah, guys, you know what? Let's see, William Moni. You think SONN is going to make its run today? Let's take a look. Let's see what it's got, right? So, I mean, let me go to a relevant time frame and take a look at this. So the previous close, okay, we're above the close though. Okay, so the previous close was let's see, 49, was it? Let me see. I can't see it. 49.63, and we're at 51. So this is already suggested. But yeah. I don't know about today, but this is a clear sign that the upside is very close. And I'm saying this because we're breaking outside of the Gaussian band. So breaking outside of the Gaussian band would likely face a resistance from about, I would say, the space between, there's a gap here on the daily, right? So the space between 56.10 and about 56.97, we can face a retracement, and then that retracement would lead to 50 cents, validate this newly converted resistance into a support, and then make our trek to the upside here to the space between about 60 cents to 63 cents, even into the SMA 100 at about 65.38. SONN, I mean, remember, guys, I also have a statistical upside on this. I'm still looking for the upside targets of 60 cents to 70 cents. Yeah, remember I signaled this. Just a bit ago, and the upper bound of the first standard deviation is what I'm looking for. and that is a 151% move based off of a 92% mean, right? So every other target has already been fulfilled. So now the next target to look at is the last one, which would be the upper bound of the first standard deviation at a 151.36%, located conveniently at where? You guessed it, 60 cents. The same area that the Gaussian band is facing resistance level, the same area for fibs, the same area for everything is kind of rhyming around that 60-cent zone. I'm not saying that that's the end. I'm actually saying that that's a very likely area to face a type of retracement, because as soon as we do get that touch to the upside there at that one, let's see, at that 60-cent zone, very likely for us to retrace about 12% to the bottom side of this range in our current highs, to validate as a support before a continuation onto the upside, right? So keep an eye on that, but I'm still looking at this as highly bullish. Just expect a retracement from this area here, right? So a lot of bulls will start taking profits around this area because it just so happens to be one of the ladders, and this was a chop zone that we faced for about a week. Right, so that's yeah. SONN is looking very good. Monster Mike, good to see you here, my brother. Very, very excited to see you here. Okay, so you were seeing 246%. Not bad, not bad. Jimmy Sams, how you doing, man? Make it rain, SONN. That's right, my dude. So now Aiden Davis saying still salty. I got out of my position to average down, and I missed the entry at 401. On which one? SONN, Aiden, or which one, brother? Dude, okay, here we go. We're about to test that top side of the 52.98 again. It's at 51.85. It's incredibly bullish, guys. SONN. Oh, damn! You got out early on this one. No, dude, that's something that we actually have to work with as a psychological thing within retail, right? So, whatever gain you got, man, it's probably more than a day job. Right, so and a lot of people say that we usually, as retail traders, we kind of, no matter what way we look at it, we always kind of stick around the negative side of things, right? So, meaning that say you made $300 on a trade when you could have made 600, right? That's a very common thing for retail investors to say. It's like, damn, I could have, like, I hate it because I could have made $500, right? And but you made 300, and that's also like 3 days of working for a normal job for someone at In-N-Out or something. And you did it in a few hours. Yeah, it's okay. We will be there one day. We definitely will, Aiden. So, and also, dude, don't be afraid. You know, I don't encourage you as a master student, right? I don't encourage you actually trading live money, but if you approach me as I'm gonna paper trade this, then I will be more likely to help you with these entries too. Okay, so send me some DMs, you know, whatever you want, and then I'll try my best to mentor you through it. Okay, so don't forget to do that. But guys, actually, this is pretty much the end of the stream. I have to make sure to get to my son as he is awake. Mom is actually going to start working right now, and I can hear her kind of battling with the little guy over there. I have to make sure that now she gets the chance to work after I worked, right? So very good times right here, you guys. I am I don't have any exposure in the markets, just so you know. Right, I position closed everything. I don't. It's just 10:30. Usually I'm out. Right, you guys. So that's gonna do it for today. I really appreciate everybody for coming by. Very much like this. I'm gonna try my best to continue the streams, guys, at around these times. Right, I'm gonna try to get it earlier and earlier as we go. Eventually, I'm gonna reach the 6:30 and then the 6 a.m. Right, I want to make sure that we can pre-market prep and get our positions ready for the day trade. Right, you guys. So I want to be sure that I can be available at least the last, the regular pre-market into intraday, right? And then everything else will be good. But man, look at that, SONN is actually running. Yeah, we got to make that top side, man. I'm really thinking that top side is going to be the one to face. So right now we're touching that first resistance that I talked about yesterday, right? 52.98 is already seen. We want to make sure to get to that 59.70, and that would be the run, guys. I think a strong pullback from this range here is likely to happen. Okay, so if you are if you are in the green on the trade, guys, consider whatever, but also not as a financial advisor. Of course, you guys, you know to do your own due diligence. So yeah, but Michael Disney saying, can you please clarify days, times of the live stream? So Michael, I'm right now I'm trying to get to 6:30 a.m. right? So tomorrow morning, it really depends on my toddler because he has just a lot of complications, right? So this is the first time that good to see you, Lock Up. This is the first time that I've actually gotten him to be this close for me to trade during the day. So I'm thinking that tomorrow, if not 8:30, then I'm gonna try to be there by 7:30 a.m. But eventually, it's gonna solidify at like 6:30 or 6 a.m. daily, or at least a few times a week. Right. So I'm thinking it's gonna be the same days that I was streaming before at night. Right. So it's gonna be the same Tuesday. I'm sorry. It was gonna be the same Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday schedule. And if it's not that, then I think we could actually do them Monday, Tuesday, and then probably Thursday and Friday, right? So it's just Mondays is just not a good day to trade, and that's particularly why I want to be there, right? So that because a lot of people prep for the upside, a lot of people prep as bullish for Mondays, and that's not a good thing to do because that's what everybody wants, and the short thesis is very strong on that day. Okay, so I'll make sure to keep everybody updated with that. Okay, you guys. But for now, yeah, go ahead and enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Power hour is about to start. Algorithms absolutely go nuts at that moment. Nothing is predictable at that time, right? So, all right, guys. So thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to try to put some plays up later on, some videos up on COSM. Very exciting times on all of these tickers. We've absolutely got the upsides that we were looking for on many tickers, literally except for the ticker symbol SPY, right? We were looking for that upside, but we didn't get it. We'll touch back, guys, and we'll continue evaluating the markets. But for now, I really appreciate everybody for coming by, and I will catch you on the next one. Okay, team? Thank you so much. Adios, guys. Love it, Mark. See you guys.